Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I've had the R6 for about 6 weeks now, and I'm beginning to move into the video side of the camera. That has me shooting in Canon's Cinema Gamut and in Clog-3, and then trying to learn how to correct and grade this stuff. And I've watched several videos that recommend using the color space transform effect that has Davinci convert or correct log footage for you. But when I try to do that, I find myself almost always having to bring my gain down. In these first two clips, I used the color space transform in the first node of my tree. And here in the grass, once the node is activated, the grass gets really bright and I have to bring it down. And to finish off this shot, I sharpened the footage and added some glow. In this shot, I used the color space transform again, and the sky and the water are really bright, just white. So I brought it down again, and then I cooled off the highlights. After that, I added a gradient to the lower portion of the shot. Now cooled it off even more, and then I added some saturation to make it look blue. Then I decided to abandon the color space transform and make my own corrections. And it really wasn't very difficult. Notice the color of the foliage on the other side of the water, because in this next clip I used my curves to really push these colors and hues. And I don't know how much I like this, but I do like that I was able to push those colors without wrecking the footage. In this shot, I pushed the saturation a little hard to get those fall colors to pop. And I lowered my contrast and then added some fast noise to simulate a light fog rolling across the water. In this shot, I just corrected until everything looked nice. I keyframed an ellipse on the duck and then added a little sharpness and a dab of warmth in the ellipse to make the duck pop. And in this shot, again I made my own corrections and then made sure the blues and the golds popped. I reduced the contrast so that the trees in the foreground were dark but not crushed. And this was a tricky shot to correct and grade because this kingfisher was kind of lost in all these tree branches, and I used several gradients and windows to bring the bird out as much as I possibly could in an attempt to draw the viewer's focus. This shot was also kind of tricky composition wise. The duck in the foreground is not very noticeable, so I desaturated my shadows, I added a vignette, I desaturated the edges of the shot, and then I sharpened and added saturation to the center of the shot. In these last few shots, I went back to the color space transform to give it a few more tries. And you'll notice the shots are brighter and the contrast is not so good. But as I added contrast to these shots, my brights got brighter, and then I'd have to lower the gain, and that was muddying my colors. So I just left it with the color space transform results for you to see this for yourself. And in this shot, I did color space transform and then I added the film damage effect just for fun. And I don't use this effect very often, but I do kind of like it. It's very interesting. Anyway, please check out my channel for more like this and hit that subscribe button so that you'll know when I publish newer videos. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time.